Hey guys, welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. We have had a busy weekend.
Yes.
And have not been able to do a lot of filming, but that's okay. We went to the Farm Where You Live event in Spartanburg, hosted by Meg and Josh. By the way, kudos to Meg and Josh. Y'all did a great job with that. And that was a lot of fun. Met a lot of you guys. So if you are new to this channel because of that, welcome. We are so glad you are here. If you are returning, welcome to you as well. We really do appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, be sure to do that. Hit that subscribe button. It is the easiest way to support us, and we really do appreciate you guys because we consider you as part of our YouTube family. So thank you guys. So we did get some footage while we were out there, which we will be putting up in a later video this week. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. And teaser, we got to interview a very special person, which we will be including in that video. So you don't want to miss it. So keep an eye out for that. But today we are out here picking blackberries and just want to take a little bit of break to pop in and tell you guys about blackberries.
Yes. So we had wild blackberries growing on our property when we first moved here, and we decided that we would let them grow, and we ended up putting them in a row. And hey dude, we put them in a row, and we were just talking about how these wild blackberries could be a really great edible hedge. We like to use wild forage. It would provide food. It's beautiful. It flowers. There is an added benefit if you have an issue with predators.
Yes.
So obviously wild blackberries have thorns. So we were thinking that wild blackberries would be a great thing to put around any sort of enclosure you have that might be a high prey animal. And we were talking about this. This is actually something they used to do, like back in the day. They
still do this actually in a lot of the third world countries.
Yeah. They use thorns or hedges with thorns to create the enclosure as a added protection for their animals. So something you might want to think about as you're planning out your goat pen or a rabbitry, anything like that. Really, chickens.
Yeah. So what you would do is you would want to plant it on the outside of the fence. You wouldn't want to rely on this being fencing.
Right. No. Definitely not.
And just basically allow it to create a hedge around the enclosure or maybe in a vulnerable spot on it.
Yeah.
It doubles as forage for the animals. Anything that gets inside the fence, most of those animals are going to eat blackberry vines or shrubs, however you call that.
Brambles, yeah.
Brambles.
Our rabbits love the blackberry brambles.
And so it's an added benefit for that, but then also it gets thick enough to where it would actually visually kind of hide your animals from predators. And if the predators, most predators can smell that animal is there. If they do get curious, they're going to have a really hard time getting through that, if they can even get through it at all.
Yeah, so I just thought that was really neat. And the great thing about blackberries is that they can grow in the shade. So it doesn't have to be a place that's really, really well lit. Our blackberry bushes are about 3 years old.
Yeah.
And that's when we really started establishing our row. And we have already gotten three?
Yeah.
Really nice size gallon bags off of the bushes. I made muffins. We've eaten them fresh. And we aren't even halfway through all these blackberries.
No. And all of this is really coming from about a 30-foot row. Now, we do have a couple of, like the ones behind us that are, we'll call them rogue sections.
Yeah.
So we are picking off of those as well. But they are a very high yielding fruit. Plant.
Yeah, and one thing I decided with grocery prices being what they are, and all these blackberries coming in, this year we will obviously make our jam like we usually do, but I also would like to try to replace all of our maple syrup with these blackberries. We can cook them down similar to how we would if we're going to make a jam, and then we have a really fine mesh strainer so I can get all of the seeds out and be left with the liquid, and use that for pancakes or waffles or whatever we would use maple syrup for.
It's amazing. She is incredible. She can turn blackberries into maple syrup.
Oh my gosh.
So obviously we don't mean
No.
like replacing maple syrup with maple syrup.
Obviously.
It's really just a simple syrup, but it would replace that syrup that we would use.
Yes. Living Traditions has a really good 3-egg, 1-cup oatmeal pancake recipe that is a really good stick with you recipe, and I like to use it especially when we have a ton of eggs, and it's something I can make very quick in the morning for them, and it's a high protein meal. So having something like this blackberry syrup that they could put on top of it is just delicious. So why not, right?
I'm also really excited about trying to freeze dry these this year. We have not done that in the past, but I'm really curious to see kind of texturally and flavor wise, like what they are like freeze dried.
Yeah.
With the intention of eating them freeze dried, not reconstituting them, which we could reconstitute if we wanted to.
No, but yeah, the nice thing about freeze drying them also is that you can use them for like putting on top of yogurt or on top of granola. It gives, you can have that sweet snack, but you can also use it as the topping for some breakfast foods as well.
Yes. The last thing that I love about blackberries is it is probably the easiest crop by far that we have out here.
Yes.
There is nothing that we have to spray for, watch for, or anything. Even the birds really stay off them. They don't really prefer the blackberries. I don't know why. There's a couple of the Japanese beetles that will get on them and eat on the leaves a little bit, but that does not affect the plants at all. And so it is just a super easy, hands-off crop.
Okay, well, we got lots of blackberries, and there's still plenty to get, but for now we're going to go ahead and end and go do a little bit more Father's Day fun. So happy Father's Day to all of you dads out there. But first, before we leave, we're going to do our highs and lows.
Woo!
You want to go first or me?
I can go first.
Okay.
I have 2 highs for the week. Both of them were this weekend. One of them was today. Just Father's Day, family came. We got to all kind of hang out. And I got to use my grill for the first time. That was exciting.
Yeah, I don't even think, did we tell them that you got a grill?
Yes, I mentioned it in another video.
Oh, is that when I was
think
sick?
it was when she was sick. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. My other high was Farm Where You Live event. That was just so much fun. Getting to interact with several of you guys and getting to see our YouTube friends, some of them. That was a lot of fun as well. Again, we will have that footage up later this week. My low was, here's another high right here. My kids. I got to say that on Father's Day, but they really are a high. Love spending time with them. The girls are actually on their way with my parents for a whole week away with the grandparents. So they're going to have fun doing that.
Yeah.
I think my low was probably going back to last weekend with just Cass being sick, and it was our anniversary weekend, which we didn't really get to do a lot with. We did get to go out. That was another high. We did end up getting to go out this weekend, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think it was just last weekend. Just nothing really went as planned, so it was frustrating. I'm one that I don't like for plans to be messed up or thrown off all of a sudden. And last weekend was the epitome of that.
Ice with like ice skating rink. Can we make ice out of that?
An ice skating rink?
Wait, can we make ice out of ice skating?
Yes.
Like ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the snow?
Yes.
Yes.
See how hot it's been? I mean, this kid's singing about ice and ice skating.
I'm gonna go ice skating.
Okay.
Anyway, that was my low. How about you?
So my high was our date for sure. That was very
Yes.
fun. We went to a really nice restaurant. Are you enjoying our blackberries? We went to a really nice restaurant. That was awesome. And then, of course, the Farm Where You Live event. That was so fun. Just talking farming and homesteading with so many people. Like, why would that not be fun?
Exactly.
And, meeting people that follow us and hanging out with our YouTube friends, all the things. It was a lot of fun. My low, probably, of course, that I was sick. That was pretty terrible. And being sick when my family was in town was really not the best, especially since my grandma usually comes for a significant amount of time. But this time it was a very quick trip. She was only at our house for a week, and I was sick. So that was not super great.
So we're gonna go and have dinner and just kind of enjoy the ending to my Father's Day.
Yeah.
So hope you guys have a great week. If you are one of the guys out there watching, hope you had a great Father's Day, if that applies to you. Thanks for joining us, and as always, be blessed.